welcome back to Not So Southern Gentlemen. I am reading a text.
He's Ricky, and I'm Sean. And once again, welcome to Not So Southern Gentlemen on YouTube. Please watch. If you're listening to the audio one, that's cool. Thanks for hanging there. But, I'm kind of liking the video stuff. It's fun. It adds a new aspect to me and you as well. I'm liking it.
But I got to think about changing stuff out because I got these movies here, and I got these robots here, and I got these robots up here, and I got Fantastic Four back there, and I'm like, well, is that different? Do I need to change it? Do I need to put up this Boba Fett poster out of this comic collection I got today? I don't. I don't know.
All that stuff.
Sean, did you know at the end of our podcast we've been talking Mandalorian spoilers? So just on the front end, if you hear Mandalorian come up, we're not going to spoil anything until the very end. So if you want to cut out, we'll give you a clue on when to leave. But that's going to come up a little later. Sean, you got some great topics today. Where do you want to start first?
Well, I want to ask you, is the movie theater dead? Because we got some big news. We got huge news for us, the fans of going to theaters, the fans of blockbusters, the atmosphere, the popcorn, the overpriced Cokes, the things we love could be gone.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So Warner Brothers chose a nuclear option this week and said, hey, all of our 2021 movie slate, we're dropping it on HBO now at the same time as in the theater, which they didn't say no theater at the same time. So it's going to be day and date digital, which has a lot of movie theaters and video, and everything's up in the air right now. This was the one that was the first to drop. We got a little taste of this with Mulan, which is now free streaming on Disney Plus, and the announcement of Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. But this was a blindside. This is all the chips on the table.
Yeah. I mean, this is a big Dune.
I mean, everything. They're dropping everything.
Suicide Squad as well, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, what? So
I can't wait to see Dune. I can't wait to see Dune.
You are an HBO Max subscriber, correct?
So, I am. It's free with my AT&T account.
Oh my goodness! So,
yeah. See, it's just there.
You're set. AT&T users, look at y'all. Y'all get the free. I mean, I used to think I was pretty good with my T-Mobile Netflix, but wow, way to just step up and knock it out of the park, dude.
Let's talk about that, because now you're a guy. You're a tough sell. Like, you don't subscribe to nothing for crap. If I didn't already have free HBO Max, I would subscribe to this. With this announcement, I would be getting Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. I would be getting Dune, Suicide Squad, all that. You would have sold me.
Yeah, I'm getting closer. I really am. The thing is right now my main streaming service I use is Hulu Live. I get Netflix for free through my, cellular service. So I tried, this is kind of off topic, but I tried T-Vision for 2 weeks. No. So
I don't even know what that is.
That's T-Mobile's live TV streaming service.
I've tried YouTube TV. I've tried Hulu. Hulu I could go with, except for it breaks their app on my devices, like my PlayStation 4. It just breaks the app. Like, oh, sorry, you can't use this. You have our live program. It doesn't work.
That's crazy.
And I've told them twice. I'm like, look, is there a fix for this?
Yeah.
Well, no. The way you're doing it doesn't matter how I'm doing my internet. I'm paying for your service.
Yeah.
Are you going to fix it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you were just a classic internet, okay, nope, I don't need your service. Thank you.
Well,
it's just like
the T-Vision. The T-Vision only works on. So I go in. They sell me on a really good deal. They give me their top tier package for about 45% of the original cost. and they gave me a $25 credit on my bill. Then once you signed up, then they drop the knowledge bomb on you that the app only works on Amazon Fire Sticks. If you want it on anything else, doesn't work on Roku, does not work on PC. You cannot go on your computer and watch TVision and then media center it to your to your TV
and
or
that's exactly what I was having to do to watch
Nothing.
Hulu Live, was to come to my computer, cast
Yeah.
it to my Chromecast, watch it
Yeah.
in the other room.
Right. So long way around is, when football season's over, I do downgrade my Hulu to just normal Hulu. And at that point, without sports and my need to watch them, financially, it would be affordable to slide in another streaming service. And, HBO Max it fits that price cost for me and what I budget for that. So yeah, 2021 may pull me in for another streaming service.
Well, what about, you do know that Netflix recently announced that they were having another price increase. I believe they're at 13.
I don't get affected.
now.
I don't get affected.
Okay.
T-Mobile must have like a grandfathered contract or something.
Gotcha.
However long it's in place. So yeah, they send out an announcement that with the service I pay for, I won't be affected.
So Sean, what do you think the movie theaters have to say about this?
I imagine they're pretty upset. That's they're already hurting, and this is just another kick in the nuts. It's hard to look at anything positive for them. If I was them, I would keep doing what they're doing right now. They're ours locally, I can't speak for across the way, but ours locally, if you wanted a kid's birthday party Monday through Friday, you can rent out a whole theater for 2 hours for $100. You want to play PS4, that's cool. You want to watch a movie, they give discounts on all their refreshments and stuff. That's really cool. If you wanted a weekend birthday party, I think they're $150, which isn't unreasonable. So they have to find revenue, and this is their stuff. I remember talking back a few months ago on Yahoo Finance that there was whoever wrote that article was speaking to the future and saying that if the movie companies do this here, their only hope in the future is they're going to have to get a kickstart for free. And by doing that, they're just going to have to do movies that they already own, that we know and love, maybe retro stuff, 80s, 90s stuff. And that'll get us back in the theaters if and when we get to go to the theaters, and buying those refreshments on movies that they don't have to pay a huge upfront sum cost for, maybe it will allow them to get some traction. But, even if this gets fixed tomorrow, I don't see theaters being back up and running like we knew them even a year ago for maybe 3 to 5 years. That's huge. I don't know. I hope not. But what do you think?
So are you ready for some truth bombs?
Yeah, hit me with them.
So, okay, first of all, just recently, in the past year, Congress lifted the restrictions. There was an act, I can't remember the name of it, of movie theaters being owned by studios. That's
Right.
how the old Hollywood studio system worked. Well, Netflix and Disney or whatever lobby did now, that is gone. So in this position, movie theaters are going to be in this coming whatever, AMC, I guarantee you, will be bought probably first quarter of next year by either Disney or Netflix, and the other movie chains, Regal, will be by one of them, and all these streaming services will suddenly be the big production studios, which they already are. You got to remember, Netflix, huge
Yeah.
productions, spends tons of money making their own original content. They
Yeah.
knew it on the front end whenever they started this, that this was the future. Disney, look at Mandalorian. Look at them releasing. I mean, it's Disney. They've got whatever money. They can make whatever they want.
Right.
They buy movie studios. They can release it wherever they want, whenever they want. All they have to do is go, we're going to hedge our bets here. We'll take, half of the country's movie theaters and show them what we want to show, and then the other chips will fall where they lay. But, HBO may own, the Chinese theater and premiere movies like they used to there. I think before the end of the summer next year, we will have 2 or 3 studio streaming services that own most of the movie theaters in the United States.
That's a huge take there. That's huge. I didn't even think about that,
Well,
but yeah.
Well, I don't think it's that bold of a prediction. I think that's just the train coming down the track.
Yeah. So as fans and goers, does that work out more positive for us or negatively?
Well, I mean, that's just.
I mean, are we going to be now limited to where, hey Rick, my theater carries this set of movies. What's your set? What's your?
Well, see, that's the trick. Yeah, I mean, like where you're at, and we live in 2 different kinds of cities. Sean lives in a huge metropolitan area for Arkansas.
Yeah.
I live in a rural area next to a smaller city, or cities, if you want to throw Cersei into that.
Right.
And you will probably have options. You will probably have a Netflix-owned movie chain and a HBO Max or HBO-owned movie chain, Warner Brothers-owned movie chain.
Yeah.
And you will have those choices, whereas I will probably only have one of those choices. Plus, if the locally owned, independent small theater makes it, how are those? I mean, do they just bargain with the streaming companies? Go, hey, how much of a percentage are you going to? And they show whatever. They may have to take the lower percentage. They may be, let me get my thoughts together here. The streaming services go, oh, you're in the small town with us? Okay, we'll tell you what. We'll take a lesser percentage of what the other guy's offering you, but you'll show another movie that we want you to show. That way, Disney's showing 2 movies in the same town at different times, getting money from both instead of having the competition. Who knows? It's like I said, it's open warfare. But I mean, 2021, it looks amazing because think about this: you're getting Dune. You're getting Suicide Squad. You're getting Matrix 4. You're getting like Godzilla versus King Kong right into your home. You could sit down with the family if you have a widescreen, movie type. God forbid you have a home theater system.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was having this discussion with Michelle about what all this meant, and I was like, you know what? There's a reason why we pay what we do for the TVs that we have in our house. Mm-hmm. Let's sit back. Let's maybe focus. Who knows? I may try to do like some TV backlighting or a new audio system. But if this is going to be the way it is, let's enjoy what we have. Be glad we got 4K HDR to watch stuff in. We have 120, 240 hertz refresh rates. We can enjoy this. There's a lot of times that we sit around and we wait for these DVD releases, but I'm just as fine as having a theatrical release in my house. I can pause it and go use the restroom whenever I want, and that alone is a pretty big A+ in my book.
Father, the sleeper has awakened.
Yes. All right, dude. Tell me this. How excited would you be if you're a Chris Claremont fan, correct?
I am. Most of the stuff I love of comics was written by Chris Claremont. I mean, clearly. I have a signed Chris Claremont book, a trade paperback from Mike Becker. Thank you, Mike. But yeah, X-Men, Wolverine, a bunch of stuff that I just read through the 80s and 90s were Chris Claremont. I mean, he
Right.
wrote one of the most fascinating things that I ever saw was he wrote the sequel to Willow. There's a sequel book to Willow out there written
What?
by Chris. Yeah, yeah. I saw it in Hastings one day. And yeah, I mean, but like
That is awesome.
all of the X-Men I love
Right.
was written by Chris Claremont. I mean,
So-
and New Mutants and everything he did in Marvel. I mean, it's just amazing. And the man is still working. And
Yeah.
and the fact that we're getting new
Chris Claremont?
Wolverine
Yes.
from him,
Yeah.
that's super exciting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your history with Claremont?
Basically what you tell me to read. What you tell me to read, and I'm like, yes, I'll read that. I enjoy the guy's storytelling. He does some really great stuff. And there's not many. I don't have an online comic book place that I go to all the time nowadays, but this might be something that I'd be like, you know what? Let me go back to mycomicshop.com, put me on a pull list, find something and spend a few bucks every little bit and have a new run of comic to sit and read and a storyline to enjoy. So who knows? This sounds like something to be fun.
Right. I mean, if you go back for the history, I mean, Chris Claremont wrote the Phoenix Saga, the Death of the Phoenix, Days of Future Past, one of the most seminal X-Men stories ever that a movie's already been based on. God Loves, Man Kills. That's all Claremont.
Yeah.
The changes to Captain Marvel. Sorry. I think he's currently writing. Is he writing Savage Avengers?
I don't know.
But I mean, the man's still working and being excellent. And what I'd really love to see was that there was a rumor, not a
Yes.
rumor, but I mean,
Yes.
John Byrne last year was talking on his site. He had done some pages of a just a fantasy comic of what if he hadn't left the X-Men, and he just drew
Right.
it.
Right.
Well, Marvel approached him about doing some stuff, and I have never seen the fruition of any of that. But John Byrne being back on X-Men possibility, and
Yeah.
Chris Claremont writing Wolverine again.
Yeah. Right. Riding the ship. Maybe
Yeah.
doing some course correction right here.
Well, that would be kind of amazing. Now, not that there's anything wrong with current X-Men, because I've heard that this newest book they did, X of Swords, was really well received. I really liked some of the art. I did buy one of those books, and it looked really, really neat. I really liked the Egyptian theme of what they were doing with Apocalypse and the characters that showed up. Really kind of interesting. I'm thinking about picking up maybe that trade paperback to see what's going on.
Nice. That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm super excited about Claremont doing anything with Marvel.
What else you got? Looks like we are looking more and more at the cast of Hawkeye. We're learning who's who, and we're adding some new faces. And I seen some set photos and stuff, and this show's coming together. Now, I think that I'm more excited for Hawkeye than I should be, because I'm excited for it. I am.
Why?
I don't know. I think there's something to tell here. Like, he is a cool character. I can understand Renner's frustration. I think Hawkeye is he deserves a little more than where they put Renner at in the MCU. Don't you think? Just a little more.
Well, I mean, Jeremy Renner is a really good actor. I mean, he's funny. He can act. And he's in plenty of stuff. It's just the problem is Hawkeye is another one of those characters for me, like Cyclops. He's just kind of there and disgruntled most of the time. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some West Coast Avenger stuff that has Hawkeye in it where he is great,
Yeah.
and it's just, Hawkeye's not the flashy character. I mean, he is literally, people you complain all the time. Well, he's not a superhero. He's just got a bow,
Right.
and he requires great writing. That's kind of what Hawkeye his linchpin is if he's written well and acted well. If the character comes through, he can't fall back on, hey, he shoots lasers out of his eyes, or he's like the strongest man in the world, and any of the problems that causes. But if they lean into the fact that he is just a dude in the middle of this, like in the middle of Age of Ultron, is a great scene. I'm shooting bows and arrows and we're fighting robots. That's great.
He's like, it's just, this is what's going on here, I am excited. I think Haley Steinfeld can do a great job. They've added Vera Farmiga, who I believe is going to be her mother. You get Florence Pugh from, the Black Widow's sister. So, there's a few more characters in here that, I think we could have some fun here. Maybe we're sitting here looking at a very underrated show that'll come along nicely. I'm excited for it. What can I say? I've always thought Jeremy Renner was pretty good. For some reason, I like him. I know he's kind of a jerk sometimes, but so am I.
The only Bourne Identity movie I own is the one with Jeremy Renner.
See, and I didn't think it was that bad. I
thought it was good.
I thought it was okay. So good luck to everybody on Hawkeye. I hope we get to see an awesome show. I really did.
So okay, let's talk about the shows really quick since you're right there. What show? I mean, throw out stuff you've seen. But we've got WandaVision, Winter Soldier, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, She-Hulk.
Yes.
What are you most excited for? Just on the premise of knowing what the character is. What are you wanting to see? Moon Knight.
Like, I mean, how are you going to play him? Are you going to play him as somebody with multiple personalities? Are you going to play him as, I don't know. Moon Knight's a tough character. And
Moon Knight is a really tough character, especially with the newest iteration they've done with Mr. Knight or whatever he is in the suit and the white mask. That is a good pick. And just because it's intriguing about what the hell are they going to do?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm super excited to see She-Hulk because, like I said before, Hulk works because we've seen the visual before. We haven't seen the visual of She-Hulk, this 9-foot tall woman who talks just like anybody else, but she is a Hulk. And so in the newer comics, she is more of a Hulk. She is like super muscular. I mean, very female, of course, but I mean, she's like a female bodybuilder looking rather than a very attractive tone, 9-foot tall green woman.
Right.
So, I wonder where they'll go with that. That's kind of got me intrigued. Either way, it's fine. I mean, but however they write it is what I want to see. But I am most excited for. And I just have to say it's going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier for me, just because you already have that pre-built-in tension and camaraderie with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So
I hope they riff off each other. I hope it's a brotherly banter through every episode. They play off each other so well, and
weekly insults between those two get tossed around in my house by my children.
I hope so.
You couldn't have done that earlier. I hate you.
Oh, I know. It's so good. It's so good. So speaking of Sebastian Stan,
can you move your seat up? No.
Speaking of Mr. Sebastian Stan, it has been tossed around this week that This is just what's being tossed around. If for some reason,
Now,
Luke
this is not the point we're
Skywalker-
talking about Mandalorian spoilers.
No.
Well, just going to let you know. That's later.
they're just
But we
tossed
are
around.
talking about some Star Wars
Yes.
stuff, so just hold on.
There's the talk that if, by certain circumstance, Luke Skywalker is needed in the Mandalorian series, that, he would be played by Sebastian Stan. Now, my personal 2 cents on this, I think it would be fun. It would be a great casting. It would be cool to see what Sebastian Stan would bring to the character, but I don't want to see it. I've seen
the fan casting. I've seen the deep fake. I've seen.
Yeah.
He would be perfect. He would be absolutely perfect as young Luke Skywalker in this situation. I do not want to see it either. I want the geeked out fangasm-tastic of Samuel L. Jackson showing back up as Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Or possibly if you have played what's the newest one? Fallen Order.
Yes.
That dude show back up. That's an actual actor. That's the guy who played Joker in Gotham.
Yeah.
That they based that on. That would not be an issue for him to show up. I mean, they could go just about anywhere with it.
I don't need a Skywalker. I think this is fresh for me, and I'm really enjoying it. And while, the Skywalker everything will always hold a super special spot for me, I'm fine with backing away from that for quite a bit of time. And
absolutely.
Taking in new Jedi, new fresh stories. I don't need any Luke. I'm sorry. As cool as that would be, I don't need any Luke sprinkled into my Mandalorian.
So since we're talking about it anyway, let me throw this idea at you. A couple years ago, Marvel doing the new Star Wars comic that they did, since they picked it up, they dropped Dark Horse, and of course they started releasing their own comics. Very acclaimed, like Vader. The Darth Vader series is super popular. And was done really well.
Yeah. Good.
Well, they also did the original treatment of George Lucas's Star Wars with Luke's Starkiller, like how that would have went. And if they were to ever do a reboot of the movie, besides just rehashing the Skywalker saga, which they could do, when we were in our 80s, and they go, we're rebooting it, whatever. Fine, do it. But they could do a side story.
So I can complain about that.
I can't stand this new so-and-so playing Luke Skywalker. Oh, they changed the sexuality of the droids. What does that even mean? You get off my front lawn.
So mean.
The approach of doing that story from the original treatment as Starkiller and a bunch of differences, I think would be really fascinating.
I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future holds for Mandalorian, and I just don't need any Skywalker sprinkled in there. Now, do you want to let's talk about a show we both watched about a movie I personally love. I can't speak for you.
Oh, dude, we've got the cereal in the kitchen right now. Just bought it today.
So this week we got the pleasure of having the movies that made Christmas come out, made by the people the movies that made us and the toys that made us. And we got the 2 specials. We got Elf and Nightmare Before Christmas. I have only watched Elf because that is a staple in this family. It truly is amazing. I love it.
Elf is my is our family's newest favorite Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to break into that list, but Elf did it. I mean, it's a complete success. I mean, that movie is absolutely heartwarming, absolutely funny. It's Will Ferrell. A lot of people are, hot or cold about Will Ferrell. Either you get Will Ferrell or you don't get Will Ferrell. And
Oh, yeah,
generally,
I
I'm
get
the
Will
guy
Ferrell.
that doesn't get the guys.
You
I'm the guy
usually
that's
are.
like,
That's the reason I was
yeah.
tentative to throw you on to loving it. Yeah.
No, but Will Ferrell has just a physicality and an earnestness about what he does in his comedy that
Mhm.
just wins you over. I mean, yeah, you could point out stuff about what he does, but it's just you start laughing thinking about it. I mean, the guy's
Yes.
just naturally funny. I mean,
Yes.
he's a true comedic actor.
Oh, yeah. Um, I love the fact that they told us this story about how, this guy that had done nothing met a guy that had done nothing, and then met with a producer that had done nothing.
Nothing.
And now they have to get this thing done. It's just such a
With a
good
director
story.
that had almost done nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that. So this was
2003.
Yeah, he was
released in
John
2003.
Favreau.
Yeah,
John Favreau
2003.
was an actor like in Swingers and a
Yeah.
few other movies, and did Zathura,
Yep.
and then did Elf, and then suddenly Elf got him the Iron Man job, and
Yep.
we're off and running. He started the entire MCU, with that movie, and and now he's in he was, happy, and throughout the whole, and then suddenly he's got a Star Wars franchise.
Yes. So, congratulations to Elf for kickstarting the MCU. Appreciate that, Will Ferrell. I love it. I love the story of Jimmy the Dream with James Caan. Y'all need to get on this Netflix series. It is absolutely wonderful. If Elf is a movie you love, you definitely need to watch the movies that made Christmas and check out the Elf one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
So I know I'm years behind.
Don't even
over 6 years behind.
Because I am way more behind than you, because I've only skimmed past it.
Let me tell you, as somebody that this week has finished Schitt's Creek on Netflix, it's absolutely amazing. I laughed. There's emotional moments. Catherine O'Hara is just simply amazing.
Transcendent is the word I heard.
She is. Oh yeah, yeah. She takes a character that is just so over the top, and when you finish it, there's a documentary about it afterwards, and it's just her being her, bringing Moira Rose to the screen. That is absolutely hilarious. Eugene Levy and family, his son and daughter are both on the show. I know I'm probably telling people that are going, yeah, I finished Schitt's Creek. I watched it every year. I get you. But for me, it's something I just completed, and I'm. If you've already loved it, I'm there with you. It was fun. It was hilarious. It ended when it needed to. That's the thing about this show. It ended when it needed to. Eugene Levy said he wanted to end things on his terms, with his story, the way he wanted to tell it, and he got to do it, and it ended, it pulled a George Costanza. It finished on a high note, absolutely worth it. The 6 seasons flies by. It seriously flies by. And, I think we demolished the whole thing in about 2.5, 3 weeks. So
good Lord.
It's absolutely amazing. It's a great series. Absolutely wonderful series.
The Jerk Store called, and they're fresh out of you.
And let me tell you, Chris Elliott, I love
Oh, wait,
guy.
No. Chris Elliott's in it?
Yes. And he plays the most obnoxious, over the
No,
top.
really? You're blowing my mind.
I love Chris Elliott. I love Chris Elliott.
Take my good hand. It's my strong hand.
Well, I've loved him ever since he was, that. But when he's Lily's dad in How I Met Your Mother, he's absolutely wonderful there. And then he plays Roland Shit in Schitt's Creek. That's his name, is Roland Shit. And he is the most over the top jerk. He is, I will tell you this, he is Michael Scott cringe incarnate on that show. If you ever watched The Office and you got the Michael Scott cringe when you knew Michael was doing something serious, just prepare for that every single time Chris Elliott is on screen in Schitt's Creek. It is absolutely wonderful, the tension he creates on the screen, and you're just like, what is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with him? And he's hilarious. Absolutely. Love it.
Nice. All right, we're to the part of the show where we're about to talk some big spoilers. So,
Yes.
if you want to reach me, you could say at Ricky Westbrook on Twitter. You can search Not So Southern Gentleman on Facebook. Sean.
Send us an email, notsosouthern@gmail.com. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way is probably Instagram at Maynard98. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. If you want to keep going with some Mando spoilers because you're all caught up, keep on listening. Otherwise, we will see you guys next week. For Not So Southern Gentlemen, I'm Sean.
Bow out, Girl Scout. I'm Ricky.
All right. Let's jump in to some Mandalorian.
Sean, let me tell you about some Mandalorian. This
'Cause-
week,
Bring
I
it.
am
Let's hear
the
it.
happiest Star Wars fan you have ever seen in your life. Let me tell you about the 2 times I rolled off of what I was sitting on going, oh my God.
Let's hear
That
it. Let's hear it.
was
I want to know.
awesome.
I want
First
to
of
know
all,
your reaction.
I do want to press F for in the chat for all of the HasLab subscribers who funded the the 6.5 scale Razor Crest on HasLab for $500. Man, I hope they do something in the next episode really quick because, whoo,
Yeah.
they're on fire right now.
Let me tell you this. The episode starts and it's going along and I forget. There's that scene where the Razor Crest is coming in hot to the planet. And when they do that scene, I look at Michelle and I was like, you know what? I think the Razor Crest is becoming one of my favorite ships in all of Star Wars. And then when it blew up, Michelle just looked at me and she's like, I'm sorry. Oh, damn you, Razor Crest. I'm sad about that. This for an episode that both of us can't stop smiling about. It ends on a really down note. Some really bad. Now
I am absolutely sure. Absolutely sure that there's going to be a he's going to find a ship and it'll be the second Razor Crest. It will be that ship. So let's start at the beginning of the episode rather than right where we started it.
Oh, I know.
So coming in, of course, we have Mando and Grogu. And he's testing the Force powers, and he gets a little too excited and curses in front of the kid, and has no idea what's going on. He's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm just excited," And they get to the planet, and this episode was only 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was the fastest freaking episode.
But it's from the time it starts to the time they get to the temple or whatever it is. It feels like it's 10 minutes of that. But then from that point on to the end of that episode feels like another 40 minutes. I mean, it's just nonstop action.
Yeah.
And the first thing you see, whenever is you see the Slave One fly down, and you're like, what? And is this what we're doing? And then, boom, there he is. Right in front, I want my armor, and you're like, oh, and then you see Ming-Na Wen, and you're like, what?
Oh yeah.
And and then the Imperial landers come in, and here we go. We're fighting, and Ming-Na Wen's taking them out left and right. They're doing military formation. They have an officer with the thing on his thing, and then you have Boba Fett fighting with a gaffy stick and being badass, and then you see him look at the Razor Crest, and you're like, oh, I know. And then Mando comes down, and he's fighting, and then they're boxed in, and
you're as good as the guy off of Ant-Man as I've ever seen you right now. It's absolutely wonderful. I've enjoyed watching this.
But that beautiful shot, you don't even get to see it. You just see a few of them look up, and you see a stormtrooper right here, and you see something come in down behind him, and then you
Yeah.
see him fall, and there's Boba Fett. And, it's not the full armor, of course,
Yeah.
but it is Boba Fett. I mean,
And
he is being badass, and
So-
it's exactly. I forget a Boba Fett movie that they were going to do. Forget a Boba Fett series they were going to do.
Yeah.
This is the right way to do it,
So-
and I am all in on this.
So here's what I will say. Here's what I will say when we seen Boba Fett doing his battles, his techniques, his fighting style, his first time. That is what's crazy is we all love Boba Fett. We have T-shirts with Boba Fett. We have people that dress up like Boba Fett. But until last week, Boba Fett has not done anything. He's a cool bounty hunter that interacted with Darth Vader a little bit, got hit in the back by Han and fell in a Starlight Pit, and yet he has carried on this amazingness where we all love him. Oh, that's Boba Fett. We know all about his armor. We know about Slave One. But we got to see him be Boba Fett. He
Right, and let's
up to the expectation that we've all had,
Right, and let's of course pay respect to all the extended universe stuff Boba Fett did in the Marvel comics, in the video games and everything like that. But those weren't. So they did a genius thing, which they probably didn't even mean to. Whenever Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi came out, they told us nothing about Boba Fett. All they did was have a bounty hunter stand there in some amazing armor, and for the baddest of the bad guys turn around and look straight at him and go, "No disintegrations," and walked off. And a 9, 10, 11-year-old child just was on fire. Who is this?
He told this guy not to disintegrate anybody. That must he
didn't tell anybody else that. What's this guy got?
Disintegrating people.
And and that's just where it began. And then of course he was an antagonist, that supposedly got killed in Return of the Jedi.
Right.
And it's just been years and years and years of that, from then on. I mean, just imagination's running wild. And Boba Fett was just one of the best looking created characters in Star Wars. I mean, they based the entire, the clone army. They literally based the clone army on Boba Fett, Django, whatever.
Yes.
But this episode was just everything I wanted out of Star Wars. Everything I've ever wanted out of Star Wars. And a lot of people bemoan that, like, oh, here we go. This is such fan service. And
it's answering questions.
It's great because they are building towards something. This isn't something that was done, just as which I would argue the same thing. If it was just done as fan service, well, here's this, make them happy. But they're building towards something.
Yeah.
And where this story is going, I mean, now Boba Fett and Ming-Na Wen is part of Mando's team, and you suddenly learn that Boba Fett has a code that, maybe this whole time, and really, from the beginning of Mandalorian, because the Mandalorian, he was also a bounty hunter. He was also gray. I mean, he's not good, he's not bad, he's doing a job.
Right.
Boba Fett this whole time, if you go back and think about it, he was just a bounty hunter. You know, he wasn't an evil guy. He was just called, hey, we need a bounty. Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm one of the best. Doing exactly what Mandalorian was doing. So it is completely in our imagination that he was an evil character this whole time.
Right.
Maybe he's an all right kind of guy. But he's a great fighter. We know that. He's got some sort of honor. He is a Mandalorian now because they canonized that his father was a foundling, which they explained in the beginning of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Is a thing. So I'm really excited that they're going to mess with Boba Fett and see how the internet sets that on fire. So I'm just super excited. I'm super happy with all this.
So
all of it. I put a
Look,
post out on Facebook about John Favreau should just be given everything. Just
Yeah.
Disney, just hand him everything. Just do it because he is making everything better. And a bunch of my friends were absolutely saying the same thing.
Do
They
it,
loved
do
it,
it, do it.
absolutely loved it. I haven't heard a single person. I haven't sought it out, but I haven't seen a single person have a bad thing to say about the Mandalorian the past 2 episodes. And
Oh, yeah.
man, we are all excited about
So
it.
we covered what was going down at the bottom of the mountain during the episode. Let's talk about what was happening on top of the mountain with Grogu communicating, putting it out there, creating, dude, a monstrosity of force exertion from that mountaintop, reaching out, seeing who's out there to answer the call. And then that ends quite tragically. First,
Well, if you're if you're
did
ever a
the thing.
fan of the Dark Forces video games, that ends a certain way that got you really excited as well.
Yeah. So Grogu reaching out. What are we going with right there? What do you believe took place? Did anything take place? Did he have time to do something?
The way this series is going, I'm thinking it's going to be Mace Windu. Mace Windu is going to show up. That's just where my heart is. My heart feels like it's going. Like we're going to get. I mean, might as well. Why not? They're doing, everything we want anyway. Why not?
Yeah.
Mace Windu's the one who took him out. Before everything happened, before it went down.
I'm fine with it. No body, no death.
Mm-hmm.
He lost an appendage. So what? I think we know some other Jedis that have lost an appendage or two, and he got hit with some force lightning, not really deathly, and he fell from a great height, which he's a Jedi master, so I'm pretty sure he can control his descended, controlled fall. So,
but also, let's see, I'm not just pie in the sky here because I say specifically Mace Windu because that ties back to Boba Fett because Boba Fett knows Mace Windu killed Jango. He was there. And that could be a really interesting dynamic in next whatever episode. There's only 3 left, I think, because there's 16 total episodes. This was episode 13.
Yeah.
Eight per season. So
yeah, I'm excited. We then, the Empire gets old Grogu and takes him up onto Moff Gideon's ship. Only
Dark Troopers. Let's not skip over those Dark Troopers.
Yeah, Dark Troopers.
Amazing.
Yes, amazing. They looked so cool. They looked really awesome, but we get to see Grogu toying with some stormtroopers.
Yeah, toying with some dark side magic there.
Yeah. I mean, he looked to me like he was force choking the mess out of them and jerking them all around that prison cell pretty easily. Obviously, he doesn't have much of stamina when doing the force right now. But here's something I have a question for you about. When Moff Gideon shows Grogu the Darksaber, and he says, "Oh, you know this." I watched a YouTube video that brought this question up. Do you think he's talking specifically about the Darksaber itself?
No, he's talking about lightsabers
in general.
Lightsabers in general.
Okay, that's the way I took it, and they took it as no. He probably knows about the Darksaber and stuff, and I was like, I don't. They hadn't told us that.
No.
I ain't gonna read into that. I think
that's
he's
specifically Mandalorian lore. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be like, oh, you know about Kit Fisto's lightsabers then, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
No, why?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a sword. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like, oh, you know about Nobunaga's Bushido? Like, what? No,
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know anything about that.
I'm excited. Do you think with Grogu's ability to be a little sticky fingered every now and then that he might force pull a Darksaber and throw it around a room or something?
No, well, I mean, Moff Gideon says something about loses an eye. I guarantee you he's going to lose an eye before the end of the show. Just because, I mean, that's the way. It's like Chekhov's gun. If you say something about losing something, somebody's going to lose something. I'm just putting it out there.
You think Grogu loses an eye or Moff Gideon loses?
I think Moff Gideon loses an eye before.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! If and when they ever kill off Moff Gideon, they need to have this eye gone, so he's reenacting the Gus when he dies.
Gus Fring.
Yeah, when Gus Fring dies, he steps out in his whole right hand. Yeah, they should do that. That would be awesome. If they
Spoilers.
Gideon. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, that would be awesome. Do we have anything else to talk about geeking out about this amazing episode?
I mean, other than the ending is talking about getting Mayfield back, of course. Bill Burr coming back.
Bill Burr's coming back. Yep,
super exciting. Yeah,
love it. Love it.
And I think we knew that, but I was happy to see it again.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
I think
Bill Burr fan.
Can you imagine if the last episode is just everybody? It's Carl Weathers, it's Gina Carano, it's Boba Fett, it's what's her face, Ming-Na Wen, it's the Mandalorian, it's just everybody all together. Ahsoka's all there, they're all fighting. This is unstoppable. And it's like, don't forget the Mandalorians. Don't forget the
Watch.
Yes, Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, the Watch basically. That'll be awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for what Mandalorian holds. Like I said, if you're still listening to this, please hit us up on social media. Send us emails about your Mando thoughts. That includes you, Joel. I promise I'll read it. I want to hear other people's thoughts about Mandalorian.
All apologies to Joel.
Always. That's the way we should just end episodes. It's awesome. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to us ramble. Rick, would you like to add anything? No?
Love Mandalorian.
Love the Mandalorian. Okay. Signing off for the second time. Y'all have a great week. I'm Sean.
I'm Rick.
He's Rick. Y'all have a good one. There you go. That'll be
Sweet.
the end. That'll be cut. Right when you do that, that'll be cut. There you go. Wonderful.
Wonderfully bay.
Wonderful. All right. It's 8:00. Cool. Well, that was good. That's a great episode. I liked it. Good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I just hate that there's only 3 left.
I know.
So this should be at 24 episodes. They just take all year to do them.
So I figure we don't see Thrawn until midway through next season.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Midway through next season, we get a teaser of Thrawn. I figure Thrawn could go on for 2 seasons. Because
I say next season we get Thrawn and Ezra Bridger.
Do you
think we may even get
Kanan? Is Kanan alive? I mean, I don't know.
I haven't seen the end of that series, so I don't know. I know he's blind.
Yeah, I know he's blind now. Yeah,
but that'd be great.
Did the Inquisitor do that to him?
I don't know. I'm really bad at Rebels. I should have went and watched it. I mean, I watched like the episode where Ahsoka fought Anakin. I watched where Captain Rex.
Yep.
Rex and a couple of the guys were back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. All right, man. I'll holler at you later. Hey, I got all this in one cut, so all you gotta do is drop one file and set that up, edit this out. I think the last one looked pretty good. Like I said, let's see what did we get to? Where are we at on views on that thing, or have we got many yet? Let's see. Switch account. Not so Southern Gentleman.
I like your cowboy stuff back there.
Thank you. I like it. I like it, dude. That's nice.
Let's see. 70. You're stalled at 70.
Nice. And then where's the newest one at? Is it got any?
It's got 1.
1. Nice. All right. So hopefully that'll increase later. That'd be nice. Silly thing. Be like, come on. All right, dude. Well, I'm going to get out of here and get some rest and crash out before in the morning. This is a 4-day week, and then the next 5-day week, and then I'm on vacation. No, I have to work that Monday, Tuesday. 2-day week, and then the rest of the week off, and then another 2-day week, and the rest of the week off till the 4th of January.
Nice.
So,
Well, I've got from Sarah's birthday till like
I got 11
January
days,
4th off.
11 work days, and then I'm on vacation. Yes.
Yeah, this year's a tough year. I just can't. Normally, I take the week of Christmas off.
Yeah.
It's just not in the cards this year.
Yeah,
so.
it's not in the cards this year for us either. But I'm excited because right now I'm trying to save up a decent amount of vacation. And then next April, I get a vacation bump where I get like a day and a half every 2 weeks. So yeah, that'll be my 10-year bump for BEI.
My next vacation bump is at 15 years, so I get another week. So it'd be 4 weeks.
See, I'm at 4 next. We get 4 at 10 years.
We get 3 at 10 years. So
That's cool. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to make some more time, especially since they took away our 40 hours. We accrued vacation, and then they gave us 40 hours of PTO a year, and they took it away. They said, no, now you just get vacation. So we don't get any PTO. PTO and vacation all became one thing. Sucks. Nice of them to save some money, isn't it? I'm so glad.
Well,
all right, dude.
All right. Go ahead.
What you got?
Thanks.
I was just gonna say I'll see you later.
No, that's it.
Cool.
Take care.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.